High above the eternal peaks, where mist veils the ancient rocks, a legend whispers through the biting wind of a stone called the heart of the mountain. In this frozen wilderness, greed is often hidden beneath the ice, waiting for those brave or foolish enough to seek what should remain hidden forever. Victor, a man driven by relentless ambition, stares into the white void with eyes as sharp and cold as the glaciers that surround his path today. Beside him stands Kale, a humble porter whose weathered face tells a story of survival and a deep respect for the mountains that provide his meager living. Together, they traverse a narrow, treacherous ledge where one wrong step means certain death. Yet the promise of unimaginable wealth pushes them further into the unknown. Before them, a dark cave entrance glows with a faint, ethereal blue light, beckoning them to enter a realm where life and greed will soon collide. The interior of the cavern is a cathedral of ice, filled with shimmering crystals that reflect the pale light into 1,000 dancing shadows on the walls. At the center of the hall, resting upon an ancient stone pedestal, lies the heart of the mountain, a gemstone pulsing with a vibrant, hypnotic azure brilliance. Victor's eyes burn with an unholy fire as he gazes upon the prize, his mind already calculating the immense power and fortune this single stone will bring. But Kale notices the subtle shifting of the earth and the hairline fractures spreading across the ceiling, a silent warning from the mountain to stay away. Kale reaches out to hold his companion back, whispering a desperate plea for caution. But Victor is consumed by a fever that ignores all reason and safety. With a violent shove, Victor dismisses the warning and lunges for the pedestal, his fingers closing around the cold, glowing surface of the ancient and sacred treasure. As the stone is removed, a thunderous crack echoes through the chamber, and the ceiling begins to rain heavy shards of ice and rock upon the explorers. A massive boulder crashes down, sealing the main exit and trapping them within the groaning mountain as the very foundations of the cave begin to disintegrate. Nearby, a magnificent snow eagle is pinned beneath a fallen slab, its wings thrashing helplessly as it cries out in a voice that pierces the chaotic noise. Victor clutches the heavy blue stone to his chest, his eyes darting toward a small, narrow crevice that offers a slim chance of escape for only one. He looks at Kale, then at the dying eagle, but without a second thought, he turns his back on his companion and disappears into the dark passage. Kale stands alone in the crumbling darkness, his gaze fixed on the suffering creature that represents the only other living soul left in this collapsing tomb. Instead of chasing Victor, Kale throws his weight against the heavy stone, his muscles screaming as he fights to free the eagle before the mountain claims them. With a final, desperate surge of strength, he heaves the slab aside, allowing the bird to hop free even as the ceiling above him continues to give way. Victor emerges into the blinding white of a sudden blizzard, the wind howling like a pack of wolves as he tries to navigate the treacherous, frozen landscape. The gemstone in his arms begins to feel unnaturally heavy, and a supernatural cold radiates from it, seeping into his bones and draining his vital body warmth. Back in the depths of the cave, Kale huddles in a small, sheltered corner, the cold biting deep into his skin as he waits for the end. He pulls the injured eagle close to his chest, seeking warmth from the bird's feathers, and in turn, providing a shield against the freezing drafts of the cave. Victor stumbles through the deep drifts, his vision blurring as the blizzard intensifies. The stone he fought so hard for now becoming a burden he cannot bear. His hands turn a sickly shade of blue, the very treasure he worshipped now acting as a conduit for the mountain's wrath, stealing his life force away. Despite the dire circumstances, a strange peace settles over Kale as he feels the rhythmic heartbeat of the eagle against his own, bringing him unexpected comfort. One man holds a fortune but is freezing to death, while the other holds a life and finds a spark of warmth amidst the darkness of the mountain. As the first rays of dawn touch the highest peaks, the storm begins to subside, leaving behind a world draped in a deceptive, silent blanket of white. Victor lies motionless in the snow, his strength finally exhausted, his eyes wide with a realization that came far too late to save his pride or life. The once brilliant stone has lost its luster, turning into a common block of ice that melts away, leaving him with nothing but the consequences of his greed. In the cave, a golden light begins to emanate from the eagle's wounds, bathing the small space in a warmth that defies the laws of the frozen world. The bird's broken wing mends itself before Kale's astonished eyes, its feathers glowing with a divine radiance that signals the presence of something ancient and powerful. The eagle opens its eyes, which burn with the same azure fire as the stone Victor lost, revealing itself as the true spirit and guardian of the mountain. Kale watches in awe, realizing that his act of selfless mercy has unlocked a treasure far greater than any jewel, the gift of life and the mountain's favor. The eagle takes flight, its massive wings clearing a path through the snow, guiding Kale toward a hidden trail that leads safely down to the valley below. It circles above him like a protective spirit, its cries no longer a scream of pain, but a triumphant song that echoes across the vast and silent peaks. Behind them, the mountain slowly buries the remains of the man who chose gold over life, his story becoming just another warning whispered by the cold winds. Kale walks with a steady heart, his journey transformed from a struggle for survival into a walk of grace, led by the very creature he chose to save. The harsh white of the heights gives way to the soft greens of the foothills, as the light of the rising sun promises a new beginning for Kale. He understands now that by saving a single life, he was actually saving himself, earning a path home that no amount of stolen treasure could ever buy. The true treasure of the mountains is not found in the cold stone of the earth, but in the warmth of a heart that knows how to give. High above, the eagle disappears into the sun, a reminder that those who walk with compassion will always find their way through the darkest and coldest storms. Remember that light only guides those who carry kindness within them, while the shadows of greed will eventually bury those who seek only to take for themselves. In the end, the heart of the mountain stays where it belongs, beating forever within the souls of those who choose love over the emptiness of gold.